Iraqi-Kurdistan is on the boil. 9 people were killed and 23 others were wounded when 4 shells struck the Duhok province in Iraq. As expected, Baghdad is incensed and has accused Turkiye of carrying out the shelling on the mountain resort in the northern Duhok province. But Istanbul has refuted the allegations. Instead, it is pointing fingers at the Kurdistan Workers' Party or the PKK for staging the attack. So what's the truth and who's behind these deadly attacks? Our next report explores.
When 4 shells struck the summer resort in the northern Iraqi town of Sakho, at the moment there was immediate panic. The holiday had turned into a tragedy. 9 people, including a newlywed groom and a 1-year-old infant, were killed in this attack. All casualties are said to be Iraqi citizens. Mobile phones, such as this, that has since emerged of the attack, will give you a glimpse of the manner in which people were forced to flee from the area.
All the families were sitting in the resort, and after 30 minutes, a strike began. We heard 3. We don't know if they were airplanes or missiles. People died, others were injured, and some were in the water. A lot of people were killed.
Iraq was unequivocal in its accusation. It condemned the attacks as a flagrant violation of Iraq's sovereignty. Baghdad summoned the Turkish ambassador to Iraq over the attack and has also threatened to recall its charge d'affaires from Ankara. Bodies of those who were killed were wrapped in the Iraqi national flag and were flown back to the capital for a solemn funeral ceremony that was attended by the Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kadhimi. But on the streets, people's anger got the better of them. Protesters gathered in front of the Turkish embassy in Baghdad and resorted to stone pelting. They burnt tires and got into scuffles with the police. At one point, the protesters even tried to storm the Turkish embassy to tear down the Turkish flag and replace it with the Iraqi one. But in Ankara, the Turkish foreign minister tried to dissociate his country from the massacre of the innocents.
The whole world knows that Turkey would never carry out an attack on civilians. Our fight against terrorism continues within the framework of international laws. Yesterday, as soon as the news broke out, we liaised with the concerning institutions and shared information. And according to the information we received from Turkish armed forces, we did not carry out any attack against civilians.
But Iraq is in no mood to accept this explanation. Hundreds of Iraqi tourists visit the semi-autonomous Kurdish region in the north during the peak summer month because the weather is relatively cooler. Turkey regularly carries out airstrikes in northern Iraq and has often sent commandos to support its operations targeting elements of the outlawed Kurdistan Workers' Party or PKK. But innocents getting killed has pushed Ankara on the back foot. It is trying to firefight itself out of a situation where few people are willing to believe that Ankara was not behind this deadly attack in Iraqi-Kurdistan.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.